Why do you love me? Such meaningful, beautiful questions.
Yeah.
What do you remember about the first time we met?
Well, that was a pretty impactful one since it was the day that you were born. But what I do remember was having a lot of fear because it was the first time I was going to be a parent and I didn't know what I was doing, and I was also very young. So I think for me, I felt that I wasn't really prepared because I didn't have enough experience in life to say, okay, I can give her wisdom to get her through life. But I think along the way, I've learned things, and I know I've made mistakes and I haven't done everything the right way. I don't know what is the right way, but I just did what I felt was the right thing for you. Okay. If you had to define our relationship using one memory we share, what would you choose and why?
I would say every time you would take me out to different places, you would always, take me to see new things all the time. So, just to broaden the scope of what I know, I felt like that was your main goal. So
yeah, I think for me, more importantly was that we had like time to spend with each other, because I was definitely always so busy with working and school and things like that, and I didn't want you to feel that my time with you wasn't important, because it definitely was important to me. And we have people now, so there's like a lot of things going on, but I always want you to know that you're important no matter what, and just because you're now the older child, that you get less time because of that.
I feel that. All right, what do you think I'm hesitant to ask you?
I have to think about that. What would you be hesitant to ask me? I think what I had mentioned before, like when you need like quality time with me, like I feel that maybe you won't be as open to just say that. I think sometimes like I have to like read your cues and figure like, okay, yeah, maybe now's a good time, like we need to hang out, we need to talk. Because I know like sometimes when you were in high school, we would go over to Panera and we'd have like little chit chats and things like that, and like that was a way for me to kind of like see how things were going with you in school, because I know that there was a lot of things that you didn't really want to talk about. So I figured, okay, let me find a way to get a conversation out of her.
Yeah, I think I would be willing to answer those questions, like if you were just upfront about it. Like, don't hint at certain things, just be like upfront, like, how is this going? Or are you feeling like this? Are you doing this? Whatever, blah, blah, blah.
And I feel like that I've tried to do that before, and then you're like, I don't want to talk about it, nothing. Or you would tell me nothing's wrong, and I'm like, no, I feel like something's, like you're not telling me something, and you would say, no, nothing. I don't want to talk about it. What's something we've never spoken about but should?
Okay. I guess a lot of the experiences I had in high school and like early college, it wasn't the best. I feel like I kind of downplayed like what I would tell you about what happened like during high school and college, and I think that it should be spoken about at some point. I don't know if like we're ready to have that type of discussion now, but it was like some dark times, I would say.
Were you afraid that I would like try to get at those people for hurting you?
No, I think
or did you feel...
I'm more afraid of anything like you seeing me differently. Like, I think you see me in a pretty positive light, and every time you talk about me, it's like so positively, and like, that I wouldn't want to like tarnish what you think of me.
So, I mean, that's definitely something we've spoken about before in terms of like me loving you no matter what. And I know that the other day you asked me a question that if you were to come home one day and be pregnant, like if I would throw you out the house, and I was like, absolutely not. Like that's
I know,
not...
but still, I feel like, I don't know. Like you say, like you're not gonna stop loving me or whatever, and you're probably not. You're just gonna be mad, and I don't want to deal with you being mad, you know?
Okay. But if it would make you feel better that we spoke about it, then I think then it's worth it. Because like if I'm going to be mad and you know that I'm going to get over it afterwards, right?
I mean, at some point
But
we'll
then
have the conversation.
If at the same time it makes you feel better that you've gotten it off your chest, then I think it's worth having that conversation. But I think I'm a little bit more understanding now as
That's
I'm older. Because I think
it's like
younger,
every year it's more of my story unraveling to you. You know, like I tell you bits and pieces of what happened in college,
more patience than I did
what happened
before.
in high school that you would have been like, you know, so mad about. But, you know.
Well, then we'll keep that in mind to be continued, that you are going to eventually talk to me about that.
Bits and pieces, though.
Okay.
Not all at once.
Okay.
It's a lot to handle.
You do it at your pace.
What's the pain in me you wish you could heal?
High school and college.
Thank you.
I just, like I said, you know, if I don't know what's going on, then I don't know how I could help you, or how I can help you, you know, rationalize whatever feelings that you have, you know, surrounding that experience or those experiences that you had. Mm-hmm. And I think that's why I was always telling you, tell me what's going on, because then at least there's some information that I would have to know, okay, I can try to help her this way or that way. But if I don't know, then I don't know how to help you. And, you know, I don't want you to hold on to things that you could eventually heal from if we eventually have a conversation that would make you feel better.
I wish I can heal the pain that you felt when you were going through your pregnancy, like both physically and emotionally, like all that came with, you know, having like a difficult pregnancy and then having a son with special needs, which is something you've like never dealt with before, mm-hmm. you know, and having to hear everybody's opinions about it, and, you know, like, well, what happened? What did you do? Or mm-hmm. Why did this happen? Or did you do this during your pregnancy? Did you do that? You know, I wish like that's something you didn't have to hear from people at that point, because I know like you were already feeling upset about, you know, the state that his health was in, and then you have to deal with people coming at you pretending like it's something that you did mm-hmm. in your pregnancy, mm-hmm. when in reality it's absolutely nothing that you did, you know?
Well, I think just as a mother, I think part of the feelings that I had after he was born was that I did something wrong, because there were no answers and the doctors were not, they had no information to give me. So I was trying to figure out what it could have possibly been. But I think most of all was that I had your support and support to know that no matter what, this baby was going to be loved, and, you know, that we all agree that we don't see his needs, you know, or whatever disabilities he may have, but we see him. And that he's really become like a really important part of our family.
For sure.
So I'm definitely like thankful that you've been a great big sister where you can just love him unconditionally and not be ashamed of him, not be, you know, not have a relationship with him. You've kind of built your own relationship with him, and I'm appreciative of that too. Yeah. My turn?
I think so.
Okay. Why do you love me?
Because of your sparkling personality.
Sparkle's my favorite color too.
Yeah, no, I just love you because I love you. Like, you're my mom. You are always there for me, even when I'm terrible.
So if I wasn't your mom and like maybe just a friend in school, would you see us being friends?
No.
Like, you're too much for me, I can't.
No, we could be friends. I'm kind of like taking anybody to be my friend. Yeah, no, you're my mom. Like, how could I not love you? You do everything for me.
I think for you, like, you helped me become a better person, and I love you for that. Honestly, like, you're like the longest relationship I've ever had.
Same.
Hey, so if that video moved you, if you dug it, if you want to see more of them, be sure to subscribe and hit the notification button so we can keep you updated about our weekly releases. Thanks a lot. Thanks for joining.